The first step in wiring a fan speed controller is not connecting a wire. It is proving that the controller, motor, supply, protection, and control method belong together. A wall knob, a digital panel, a VFD, and an EC command device may all change fan speed, but they do it in different ways. If the exact architecture and manufacturer documents are not known, stop before opening the enclosure. Start by classifying the system. Some compatible AC motors use voltage regulation or tap speed control. Some three-phase motors use a variable frequency drive. EC fans may accept an analog, PWM, or digital command while their power circuit remains separate. These are conceptual families, not interchangeable products. The fan and controller documentation must explicitly authorize the same control method. Build a compatibility passport before installation. Record the exact fan and motor models, controller model, supply characteristics, motor current and duty, control signal type, grounding method, required protection, enclosure conditions, minimum permitted speed, and any thermal or acoustic limits. Do not fill a missing field from another product's label, online diagram, terminal pattern, or wire color. Next, establish a verified safe state. De-energize and isolate every source that can feed the fan or controller, including separate control supplies where present. Apply the lockout, tagout, personal protective equipment, and qualified person rules required for the site. Verify absence of voltage using suitable equipment and the locally approved method. An off button or open software command is not electrical isolation. Compare the exact diagrams as a matched set: fan or motor, controller, supply, disconnect, protection, and external command source. Map functions such as protective earth, power input, motor output, and control reference only when the documents use the same defined interface. This film deliberately shows roll blocks instead of terminal numbers or conductor colors, because those details are product bound. Keep the power path and command path conceptually separate. A controller may switch or modulate motor power, or it may send a low-energy speed command to electronics inside an EC fan or drive. Confusing these paths can damage equipment or create a shock or fire hazard. Never assume that an analog-looking knob means the same electrical interface behind the wall. Protection is part of the circuit, not an accessory. Confirm the documented disconnecting means, overcurrent and motor protection, protective grounding, conductor and connector requirements, enclosure rating, segregation, and any drive or EMC instructions. Exact conductor sizes, fuse or breaker settings, torque values, cable lengths, shielding, and grounding topology come from the equipment documents and local rules, not from this video. Only after the compatibility and safe state gates pass does physical installation begin under the authorized procedure. Mount the controller in the specified environment, maintain required spacing and segregation, route cables away from heat and moving parts, preserve strain relief and insulation, and make only the documented connections. No energized conductor handling, improvised bypass, exposed splice, or unapproved enclosure is acceptable. Before energizing, perform a dead system review. Verify model identities, diagram revision, terminal roll against the exact document, conductor retention, protective earth continuity by the approved method, insulation and enclosure condition, protection settings, covers, guards, and free fan rotation where applicable. A second-person check is valuable where site procedure requires it. Unresolved differences mean stop, not trial power. Commissioning is controlled evidence collection, not a quick spin test. Restore power only through the authorized startup procedure, with covers and guards installed. Observe commanded speed, actual rotation, current, temperature, vibration, noise, fault indications, and stable operation across the documented range. Respect minimum speed and cooling limits. A fan changing speed does not by itself prove the controller is compatible or the installation is safe. If the result is wrong, de-energize and return to evidence. No response may indicate supply, enable, command reference, configuration, protection, or compatibility problems. Hunting, hum, overheating, nuisance trips, or unstable speed can point to the wrong control family, an operating limit, a mechanical load, or a motor fault. Do not cure symptoms by bypassing protection or guessing at terminals. The complete step-by-step path is therefore, identify the architecture, build the compatibility passport, isolate every source, verify absence of voltage, reconcile the exact diagrams, separate power and command roles, confirm protection, install under the authorized procedure, complete the dead system review, and commission within documented limits. Save this checklist, and when one field cannot be proven, stop and escalate to a qualified electrician or technician.